going to be hearing those notes in my head tonight as I'm like laying in bed. Hi movie lovers, welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I'm the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle. I'm a huge movie buff and this is my channel where I react to mostly action and superhero movies that I've never seen before, but also other stuff that looks interesting or new. I started the channel so I could understand the inside jokes and references in WandaVision, and here we are a year and a half later, still reacting. So I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 last week and I really loved it. It's so nice to finally see the next chapter in the MCU. And now I can watch Secret Invasion. But my subscriber at the DC Biz recommended that I watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind first, though, because that might have been a big inspiration for the feel of Secret Invasion rather than the comics. So this should be interesting, I guess. I have no idea if I've seen Close Encounters before or not. I do have one kind of visual image of in my head of Richard Dreyfus like sitting at the dining room table making this like clay volcano type thing, but that could be because I watch a lot of like Oscar retrospective stuff about old movies that contain a lot of highlight scenes and stuff. So that may be how I know that from. I don't know. But it fits right in with the other movies that I've been reacting to lately from the late 70s, early 80s, Alien, Terminator, Mad Max, all of those. So thanks for making it easy to pick this week's movie, because sometimes I don't know what to watch and someone just says something and then I go, okay, I'll watch that. That's about how scientific it gets on this channel, I'll tell you that. But this has a 94% and 85% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's considered a classic, so it's probably a movie I should be familiar with if I want to consider myself a well-rounded film critic slash reactor slash consumer. So yeah. Before we get started, please subscribe so you can see all of my reactions, and then go head over to my Patreon if you're interested in participating in polls, having early access to videos, and watching full-length reactions. Hop over there, become a patron to support the channel. All right, let's dive into Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So what is the third kind, I wonder? Written and directed by Steven Spielberg. Okay. So I feel like you should, if you're going to really call yourself a movie buff, you should know all of Steven Spielberg's work, It's kind of just one of the things you should know. Him and George Lucas. I thought maybe I was wearing the right t-shirt.
Surtout pour les Français. En effet, si ce n'est pas trop tard.
Is there somewhere inside we can go and have this conversation?
Who flies crates like these anymore?
No one. These planes were reported missing in 1945.
Okay, so how did they get to Mexico? And they still turn on just fine?
He says the sun came out last night. He says it sang to him.
Okay.
Et qui chantait pour Louis.
So, old planes, did they land? Or did they just appear?
Traffic is quite luminous and is exhibiting some non-ballistic motion, over.
Roger, Aries.
Quite luminous. What does that mean? I mean, bright. I know it means bright, but...
Aries 31, do you wish to file a report of any kind, over?
I wouldn't know what kind of report to file, Senator.
Aries 31, me neither. I'll try to track traffic to destination, over.
So something's up there, they just don't know what. Those monkeys are so... Ooh, that's creepy. No, those monkeys are very creepy. No, 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 we don't want that.
Where if you really want to.
Oh, all the toys are turning on randomly. He's got a lot of electric toys for a kid. Little footsie pajamas. And the door's wide open. Ah, what's going on? What was in the animal door? Okay, he's not clearly not scared.
Very sweet.
Is she like in bed fully clothed? Like with jeans on? That's weird. Something moving. Okay, yeah. Don't let your kid just like run off into the fields.
You do your problems for you. That's why I graduated, so I don't have to do problems.
Mm-hmm.
The train doesn't smash it. Quickly, Brad. There are thousands of lives at stake. Brad, any answer?
Yeah, I don't think he gets it.
You promised everybody a movie this weekend?
Oh, it was Teri Garr. I did see that. Teri Garr. That was in this. She's so great.
Golf.
Oh, yeah.
What is that kid doing?
Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, Roy. All right? Toby! You are close to death! Come out here!
Very annoying kids. And a very annoying husband. Oh, what's that red thing?
Help! I'm lost.
Go ahead. Responding to that.
No GPS, no cell phone, no Google Maps. Oh, there's something. There's in each like sky shot. There's something moving. That's good. Stop at the railroad tracks.
834.
That's a good idea. Oh, that's handy. Little just pulls down.
My stop leads you to the single circuits and leads you right to nowhere. You're married to him.
Where's it going? That's a cool shot through the map. That's creepy. What the hell? Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's like gravity is being messed with. What's going on? Yeah, I'd probably be sitting there like, what the hell? Like, I'm not gonna move just in case. Maybe don't look. Oh, it's there. Oh. Okay. It just starts up by itself. Like, okay, y'all go about your business. We're done here.
1011, I'm back up on the street. What do you guys got out there?
Oh, so he's not the only one seeing it.
Just off the Telemark Expressway and east toward Harper Valley.
Oh, is he going to try and chase it now? I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe not. Oh, that's where the little kid is running. That's so Mad Max of them with the little kid like running in the street. And he's just like, okay, hi kid, running out in the middle of the night in the street. A car could come whizzing by at any time. I mean, I know it's a country road, but still, don't let your kid run in the middle of the street. Don't let any kid run in the middle of the street. Let's get your freaking hands on the kid. Oh my God. You know, just let him wander off again. Oh, like his face is like burned. Oh, is there two of them? Three. What did he say? Oh. What is that now? Oh, I better wake up, buddy. You're gonna have a rude awakening. Why would they go underneath? Why wouldn't they just go over it? Do spaceships and aliens care about state lines? Somehow I don't... Oh, it's a toll road. Okay, I was like, why is there like we don't have things between state lines? Like, why would they go along the roads anyway?
It was a red whoosh.
Yes, she's not gonna believe you.
Come on.
An accident?
No, it's not an accident. You wanted to get out of the house anyway, right?
Well, not
4 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, not in the middle of the night.
Okay, all right. What about the kids?
What? Oh, the kids. I'll get the kids.
Yeah, so typical. Like, not even think about the kids.
Roy, what did it look like?
It was like an ice cream cone.
Is that what the kid said? I thought that's what he said. It was ice cream cone.
Cookies, those crescent cookies?
Clogs. It's so late 70s. I love it.
I remember when we used to come to places like this just to look at each other. Snuggle.
He's like, okay, honey. But I'm going to look up there. Yeah. I'll have to look up that movie where it's like I think the woman's either a prostitute or like some kind of call girl or something, and they're like having this passionate kiss, and over the guy's shoulder she like looks at her watch. It's an older movie, like in this time period. I think it might be Clute. Oh. Okay. Cotopaxi?
I don't believe it. It's the Cotopaxi. Why is it here? Beats the shit out of me.
Yeah, I think why is it here? I think it's a good question. So all these things that were lost are now like appearing? Failed to cite UFOs over 5 counties. Is she not going to show him that? What are they? Oh. Oh, that's cute. That's just. What is he looking at?
All right, then we'll just tell everybody that you fell asleep under the sun lamp on your right side. No, they are not for real. I want you to go outside and have a hot dog, okay?
Mommy, don't tell him that.
Roy, look.
She's not 100% sure it's not for real. She doesn't want it to be real, but other people saw it too.
All I want to do is know what's going on.
Don't let the kid bang on the piano. Oh, it's so annoying.
Now, tous les sons ensemble, s'il vous plaît.
See, it's weird 'cause that sounds like different tones than what they were actually hearing in India, though. Like that sounded like a half a step up in India. Yeah, just jam it in there. That really, like, it's gonna work. Yeah. Oh my God. Old school KFC.
Be right back.
Raise up your head a little bit. Give me a smile. Come on.
Yes, maybe pay attention to the kid this time and keep him where he's supposed to be. What does he see? Oh.
Damn it, I know this. I know what this is.
Oh, she's seen it too. That's why she's shaping it. I saw a picture of Devil's Tower in South Dakota in relation to this movie. So maybe is that what they're making?
Like Halloween for grown-ups.
She really did get sunburned. Where they said luminous, that the pilots did say luminous that saw it, so they were right. Maybe put some sunblock on though, that might help. Stop and be friendly. They lost their cards. Oh, are those just military helicopters? That's not cool. Back when kids were just thrown in the front seat in a car.
Flight travel time roughly 7 seconds. It's well within the plane of the eclipse.
You're gonna love the can of Tab on the console.
This could mean the India sounds reached a dead end. They don't mean a thing.
There's still so much that we don't know.
Or maybe they're just a different message. Maybe they mean something. You just don't know what it is.
What letter is 104?
No letters or notes.
Excuse me.
They're notes.
This first number is a longitude.
Oh.
Maybe there's a release pin underneath.
That's a $2,500 globe. What do you guys do?
Back when people had globes.
Everybody count down. Hold it down.
So all those men in there, and they didn't think that maybe they would be map coordinates? Or that it would be code for something else, not just letters? Is Devil Tower in South...
We're going to need a geodetic survey map of Wyoming. I want this down to the square yard.
South Dakota or Wyoming? I thought it was in South Dakota, but I could be wrong. So cute with his little tongue. Are they coming straight for her? Straight to her? Creepy. But he doesn't look scared. Like, she looks scared, but the kid doesn't look scared, like that it's scary. I mean, not that kids would really know, but, you know, they have sense about things. Yeah, I don't think that's going to help you, sweetheart. Call me crazy, but I don't think that Cher is going to stop them. That's a great shot. So this isn't really a horror movie, right? Did people think this was a horror movie when they first saw it?
You can come and play now. You can come and play now.
You can come and play now? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. What is she doing? Oh, she's trying to close the flue. Okay, good for her. Okay, that was smart. But I don't think it's going to work. Yeah. What? This song? That's so random. There's always ways in. Because, like, I know now. That is creepy. Oh, my God. That's so great.
Go away!
Like, I know now, just because, like, this isn't really a horror movie, is it? Like, was that what he was trying to make? And, like, did people think that when they were seeing it in the theater for the first time? Like, I'm just so curious what people thought. Because I think this is the year before Alien. I'm trying to remember what other movies like came out around this time. Oh, that's the tone in the phone. Oh, even the stove burners? That's creepy too. Oh my God. And the different colors in the lights. Oh my God. Oh, he's the kid. She's not watching her kid. I might be climbing out with the kid.
Barry! Barry!
So they took the kid and they're gone, like just like that.
Jillian.
May we have
Oh, Teri Garr looking good with her little hair up in her little French twist.
You gave the police a report.
Would you mind repeating it for the television?
No, I'm not going to repeat it for the television.
I've been in the news business for a long time, and our cameras have never been able to take a picture of a plane crash as it actually happened, or an automobile accident, and get it on the 6 o'clock news.
Right.
That is a good point. He has a very good point, but today we can, because everybody's got a phone.
But I'm not going to mislead you. This is not the case. To tell you the truth, I don't know what you saw.
You can't fool us by agreeing with us.
You can't fool us by agreeing with us.
1951. Back in Sequoia National Park.
Picture it.
Got a photo on her?
Sequoia National Park, 1951.
Do not support them, and we encourage you not to.
You know, people are like seriously upset when they're drawing and they break the pencil. Walking in formation. Okay, so somebody's taking this seriously.
Disease? Yeah, epidemic.
What kind of disease? What kind of disease?
Oh, it is Devil's Tower. Okay, so that is in Wyoming, not South Dakota. Molecular waste. Oh, there. That's clever. Ice cream cone. Oh, I feel like this is that scene I remember that the. Is that what he's making him out of mashed potatoes? She's just like, what are you doing with this food that I have slaved over all day? A very good sculpture of a Devil's Tower. That's what he's trying to make. That's not a very good one. Yeah. I'm not doing nothing. What's the matter? Why are you staring at me? Is he having like an existential crisis? Yeah, there you go. Make it out of clay there. That's better. Maybe this is the one with the scene I remember. Because I kind of remember it being shot from this angle. Because that's very much what the Devil's Tower looks like with the lines down the top of it, because I've been there.
What is it?
He's apparently never gone on a road trip from Minneapolis to Yellowstone Park that he could stop at Devil's Tower rather conveniently on the way. And get out of your car and walk around it.
It's family therapy. We all go. We all talk. No one is singled out. And maybe it's not your fault anyway.
I don't think he needs family therapy, although it probably would benefit all of them, but... Okay, this is not helping. It is. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Stop screaming!
Ronnie? Yes? I'm really scared. I want you to help me.
Oh.
Ronnie.
Listen, take off your wet clothes before you put the robe on over them.
Just hold me.
No.
Just put your arms around me. It'll really help me.
She's like, I don't have enough children to take care of. I gotta take care of you too.
Ronnie? Come on.
What kind of toxic masculinity has he instilled in his child that the second he sees his dad crying, he screams and calls him a crybaby? Like, that's not okay. That's pretty young. He's not even 9. That's pretty young to have those kind of issues. But I guess this was the 70s, so.
Ronnie, everything's fine.
Is it?
All this stuff is coming down.
Appropriate. Oh, so it's been a little bit. Like, how long has it been?
Roy! The plants are fine there.
What is he doing to the plants?
Oh, Roy!
He is losing his mind. Oh my God.
Stop it.
Ronnie!
Yeah, she's about to lose her mind.
So we can just listen?
No.
Ronnie, look. You ever look at something when it's crazy and then you look at it in another way and it's not crazy at all?
No, this is all pretty crazy. Like, you could just make whatever you're making out there.
Everything's gonna be all right. I haven't felt this good in years.
Could you go through the doors, maybe? Why are you throwing them in her kitchen?
Do you know what else? What else? What else? Right.
Okay, but you need to mind your own business. Get your head back in that window and mind your business. Poor garbage man.
Come on, right now, we're going. Come on, let go of the thing.
Oh, it's literally like her, it's the neighbor's little duck pond. All the ducks are gonna get away.
Stay.
I don't think that works.
Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. That just away.
Quickly, get in.
Where are we going?
Get in there, Toby.
Yeah, shut up, kid.
Honey, where are you going? What? Where are you going?
Yeah, you want to go crazy? You go crazy by yourself. Nothing to see here. Okay, but you really shouldn't have that many ducks in such a small, confined space, though. Why does he not use the door? What the hell?
Who is it, please?
Mailman, the package for Julie Anderson.
Oh, good Lord. He couldn't make that outside?
Can't do that.
Oh, my. Yeah, it's probably best that she took the kids, because
And besides,
that's a bit over the edge.
about Kim.
You watching soap operas? Oh, it is. Yeah, it's days. Kind of love those massive, perfectly flat yards. Reminds me of my grandma and grandpa's house.
Tower, Wyoming, a train loaded with a dangerous chemical gas went off the rails and has forced the widest area evacuation.
Oh, that's the reason for the evacuating that area. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
The area has been closed to the public for 3 weeks for renovations in the national park there.
So 3 weeks. Okay, so it's been longer than I felt like.
This means order your steak well done, Walter.
Order your steak well done. Oh dear.
But as it is, this is as close to the disaster as we've been allowed to get.
Well, it is due to a strong prevailing north-south wind.
So it's the two of them, but is everybody seeing that then? Like, is everybody that saw the thing, was that like put in their heads? Or is it just these two? I can attest, like, trying to find Devil's Tower is kind of a pain in the ass. I would not want to do it on a paper map. Like, I'm very glad that I had a GPS. And that I had, like, point by point, turn by turn directions, because it's not that easy to find. And it is in a very random place. Like, it's just like farms, and then whoosh, all of a sudden there's this thing like sticking out of the thing. Or is someone screaming for him? It sounds like there's somebody saying his name. Yeah, oh, it is her. Okay. So was he, I was wondering why he was like with all those, why he would choose to go into all the, where all those people were, but maybe he was led to her?
They asked me if I'd seen any strangers in the neighborhood.
Oh, are the birds like, so that if the birds die, you know that you need to get out of Dodge? Okay. So did the military like do that on purpose? To scare people away, I think?
Look, I guarantee you, this whole thing is a put on.
But just in case it's not. But no people, they said no people have died, so. Oh. Okay. Okay. This is getting serious now.
No, ici, vous exposé au gaz toxique. In coming here, you've exposed yourself to toxic gas. Well, I'm alive. We're just...
Well, yeah, they're all exposed too.
You're burning on your face and on your body?
Yes. Who are you people? Look at this. Yeah, I got one just like it in my living room. Who are you people?
I got one just like it in my living room. Not quite just like it.
N'avez-vous pas fait récemment une rencontre?
Have you recently had a close encounter?
Une rencontre plutôt inhabituelle?
A close encounter with something very unusual.
Yes. Now we're getting to the point.
Parlez au Major Walsh. Il faudrait peut-être vérifier sa crédibilité. Non, j'ai confiance dans mon intuition. Ces gens-là ont été choisis au hasard.
They said so. He said vérité, which means truth. I think they're deciding whether or not to tell him the truth.
Is that all you're gonna ask me? Well, I got a couple of thousand goddamn questions, you know?
Just a few. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yep, that's where you turn. That's where there's a little store there now. That's where you turn to go into the park, and it goes all the way around.
Dans un endroit dont on leur a dit qu'il était dangereux pour leur vie.
To a place they have been told will endanger their lives.
Pourquoi?
Why?
Why?
Pourquoi?
Look. It's still a mystery.
I wonder if that's the real view outside that window, if they had it placed there, or if they just have a poster.
Voilà.
There must be hundreds of others also touched by the implanted vision who never made it this far.
Simplement parce qu'elles n'ont pas regardé la télévision.
It's simply because they never watched the television.
Oh, that's true. There's probably more people out there that...
Hey, how are you doing? Everybody keep their masks on until they're out of here and out of danger.
So only the three of them? I thought all of them would get out of the helicopter, but getting rid of all of them. That's too bad.
But if you can't get these folks off the mountain and out of the area by 2000 hours, start dusting with EZ4.
No, I don't think we need to do that.
We didn't choose these people. They were invited.
They were invited.
I should have never given up talking.
Yeah.
I never imagined that. In my painting, I only painted one side.
No canyon in the doodles that I made.
Next time, try sculpturing.
Oh, because he's the one that made the 3D version. Interesting. So it's really just the two of them that got to go? Or at least see it? Ah! Oh, the lights chasing him. Ah! It's like you want them to make it. Like you're not really scared of whatever the alien thing is anymore. What's happening? You're scared of like the military guys.
You see that?
Oh, yes.
So are they saying that they're on the top of the tower itself? No, they're not. Okay, that's their... I think that's where like the parking lot is right now.
I don't think we could ask for a more beautiful evening, do you?
So they've made them like a little like landing strip? Like come and visit us. Oh, they are coming. There's 4, 5. Oh, there's all sorts of them. Where are there? How are there so many? Oh, they got, that's like the Big Dipper. Like, and then they moved. That's so cool looking. Like, what's happening? So what is this little red thing? I want to know what that is.
Please evacuate center approach box.
There's 3 of them. That's so what? Oh, they're not very big. They're kind of small.
No, 1/2. Sold to the 5th.
So what do the tones mean? Yeah, that's the tone that the Indian people were singing. Not what was on the recording. And then they flew away. What are they congratulating themselves for? Like, what did they just accomplish? We're not sure what they just accomplished, because we don't know what the tones mean. They could have been like, "We're going to attack you," and then the humans replied with, "Okay, yes, we're going to attack you." Oh, is there something else coming, like with the kid? Because the tones came first, and then the kid was making the tones. Maybe there's something else coming? Yeah, because that's how the clouds were with the kid, when they took the kid. That was so cool. I would not want to be climbing on those rocks in the dark. I've seen those rocks. They do not look secure there. Like, they look like they're just like dropped there and like could roll down and become dislodged at any moment. Oh, they're all over the place. That's got to be a model. I don't think they had green screen back then, but.
Because Barry's not here. I'm just not ready.
Barry may be in one of those the ships. Really? Okay. That's weird. I'm going to be hearing those notes in my head tonight as I'm like laying in bed. I was about to say, is that it? But now there's rumbling. Something else is coming. That's a great shot of her with them in the background. Ah. Oh my God, it's huge. Holy cow. Okay, wow. This would be so cool to see. Like, this is what I want to see in IMAX. Have they done this? Like a digitally remastered in IMAX, big, huge screen? That would be so great. That's so cool. And there's like there were little pods on the side, and then there's like this, it's very specific, you know, it's not just like a thing of light. That I was expecting like a thing of light, but it's a very specific idea of what a spaceship might be. Like, I'm assuming it's a spaceship. I don't know. Do we get any explanation of what it really is? But like, those are where the restaurants are, and this is the central hub kind of thing. Be interesting to see Spielberg's like drawings of what he had in mind and versus what they actually made. That's so cool looking. Was that a porta potty that guy ran into? I don't think that's gonna help you. Oh, that's so cool. It's like layers. So like if you've seen Oppenheimer, they all have like welder's glasses on. So what is the placement of those lights? Like, what's the significance of that? Because that's not a musical staff. So they never really did decode that, did they? Like, we don't know what that means still. Oh! I meant to do that. There's more to the song, okay.
The only thing these phrases have in common are 5 signals.
I hope somebody's taking all this down.
Yeah, somebody's recording.
Taking over this conversation now.
So they're just repeating back to them what they said, but they don't understand what it means. I mean, it's a nice orchestra and all that, but those are the Jaws tones. Was that before or after this? Because if like you did those, if you did those tones after Jaws, that you'd terrify people in the theaters, wouldn't you? Maybe I'm thinking too much about it. Oh. Are those are people? Or are those people that have been abducted? Are they like returning them? Oh, those are the pilots of those planes.
Lieutenant J.G. United States Navy Reserve 064199.
I forgot about that scene in the beginning.
They haven't even aged. Einstein was right.
Einstein was probably one of them.
Einstein was probably one of them. Oh, there's whole bunches of them coming back. Oh, look, and she's got like Edwardian clothes on. Oh, there's the baby. Oh, and a puppy. There's a puppy. They didn't need to keep him very long, I guess.
I saw you going up in the air. Did you see me running after you? Yes?
Yes. Be curious to what that kid thinks of this experience now, too. The kid who was acting in it. I have to look up interviews with him, I'm sure. Oh! Interesting. I don't want to see these people. Show that little alien dude again. I want to see him more. It's like a little spider dude. He is still rather human looking though. Like it could be human in some way. I mean, he's got a head and a torso and hands and feet. Oh, there's a whole bunch coming.
December 4th, 1944.
Have you been inoculated against smallpox, diphtheria? Is there any history of liver disease?
Why is this important right now? There's freaking aliens right there. Like, who cares what your blood type is? Like, I hope they don't capture any of them, because you know what's going to happen next. Like, they'd be like killed and dissected, and they still take a very human form, though, I will say that. Now what? Like, what?
Pilgrims we pray.
Her hair is very weird.
Peaceful days, so that
so yeah, what was the point of these guys? Oh, are they the ones that are going? Did they pre-pick people to go? Oh yeah, because look, he's in a suit too. Interesting, okay. Oh, do they only want him? They're so little. Very similar to E.T., the music to the end of E.T. It's very E.T.-like too, but shorter with longer legs. Oh, they actually smile. See, they're very human-like. Yeah, I feel like this is a very optimistic view of what would actually happen. I feel like they'd like get shot and they'd want to like capture one alive and dissect it and test it, and the scientists, the military guys would go nuts and be like terrified and want to kill him, and the scientists would be like, I must have it to study and like do all these experiments on and things, like must have answers, like, because we don't really, like, how much is left of the movie? There's only like 2 or 3. Bye. Like, we don't really have any answers, which is interesting. It's like, it's a theory, but you know, we don't know what the tones meant, and what, you know, we don't know what they were actually saying. We don't know where they came from. This would be gorgeous. Again, I want to see this in IMAX. And then they'd want to, you know, the engineers want to like capture the ship and see how it ran, and take it apart piece by piece and see what like special energy source it has and see if they can figure out where it came from. And I mean, it's a lovely idea, but it's maybe this is like, well, I'll stop it and I'll write my thoughts so they're better composed than this. So I have spent the last 90 minutes at least in a deep internet rabbit hole about this movie, because what I'm finding most interesting is that I don't think I have a lot of emotions about it. I wasn't like super sucked into the story like I am when I watch, say, like E.T. I find E.T. to be an emotional roller coaster. Like even just watching reaction videos to E.T., I find those to be particularly emotional as well. But I also saw that movie as a kid and was very affected by it at an young age, so it's like burned into my brain in that way. This movie, I'm much more intellectually fascinated by it, and I have a lot of questions about the process of making it, Spielberg's decisions, and like what everything means, all of that. The first question I had was, what is an encounter of the third kind? Like, is there a first and second kind? Turns out there is. And in case you don't know, there is an official classification of encounter kinds called the Hynek's scale. There are a few steps leading up to it, but the first kind is visual sightings of a UFO, like close enough that you can actually see detail and like describe the shape of it and all of that. The second is a UFO encounter where either like the space around you or animals or you yourself, your own physical being, is affected in some way, like the sunburns that they were having. And then the third is what happened at the end of the movie, an encounter with an animated entity that you actually interact with. And there are other classifications in, like, there's fourth and fifth kinds in the Hynek's scale that were added later, but you can look up those in your own if you're into that. I was just fascinated by that. Like, I had never heard that there were, like, what all of these encounter labels were, but there's an official scale. The second question I had was, of course, what do the notes mean? Apparently there's not an answer. Either hidden in the film, which I was looking for, or subsequently decided on by pop culture. You can't even really find definitive information on what exactly the notes actually are, because they're heard so many times in the movie, played by different instruments and sung by different voices, that there's not really a consensus about any correlation of the note to a letter. Which makes sense, like that the aliens wouldn't have a Latin alphabet or Western music notation, although they might have known enough about Earth and where they were landing to like translate their own communication into something that American humans might understand. But I guess I was thinking that it was some kind of code in like the spaces between the tones or something. And there are theories about that too, but there's no definitive answer. Unless you guys know of an interview or recording where Spielberg or John Williams talk about it, let me know that in the comments if you've heard anything like that. What I see in explanations is that it's derived from When You Wish Upon a Star, which I can absolutely hear and make sense because it was referenced. There was a Pinocchio toy in that moment. But there are also some parallels with Strauss and Schubert, they said, which of course John Williams would have had access to in his education. So there are some interesting theories I'll link to if you want to read them, but there's no definitive answer. Just leave a comment if you want to see some of the articles that I was reading. It's quite interesting. The third question is, why Devil's Tower? Thankfully, there is an answer to this one, and it's really simple. They just thought it looked cool. Here's a quote from the production designer. "You think you are smart when doing a film, and then you realize how lucky you were to pick something that was just so right. You know, we liked the shape of it, and then we found out that it has this incredible spiritual value." So anyway, yeah, I have lots more questions, but it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not going to get them all answered tonight. But I will say the thing I really like about this movie as a whole is that it's a very optimistic story. Like, the people are not really afraid. They're curious and they want to embrace the experience and communicate with the aliens and not possess them or harm them in any way or study them. Like, it really speaks to Spielberg's interest in wanting to tell a positive story and like maybe how he was feeling about humanity when he made this movie. Who knows? Like, he actually like interviewed people about their alien abduction stories, and like I think he kind of believed them, because he's kind of said something about like, well, they can't all be lying. You know, I just love the difference here between like the authorities and the government and how they behave here versus how they behave in E.T. Because that was like the most terrifying thing about E.T. for me as a kid, was like the government coming in and all those scientists in their big hazmat suits and taking over and hurting them and all that, you know. And if you throw Jaws and like Goonies and many other of Spielberg's movies in there, you definitely see how much more optimistic about the world this movie is than most of his other repertoire. And I kind of like that a lot. So yeah, lots more questions, but I love movies that make me think, and this one certainly has given me a lot to think about. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, do all the things. It really does help the channel. Check out my Patreon for exclusive content, and click here to watch another of my reactions next. You guys are awesome, and I love watching movies with you, good and bad. Thanks for watching with me.